The outgoing SEBI chairman M. Damodaran today finally broke his silence on how he viewed the media's influence on investor decisions, especially when these decisions go wrong. Mr. Damodaran, who undertook several reforms as the market regulator, has also raised questions on the kind of disclosure followed by analysts while giving views on television channels. He spoke in an exclusive interview with Shekhar Gupta for Walk the Talk.
We had one Aam Aadmi on TV screens, I think on the day the Reliance Power issue opened. Those are the issues we are concerned about. I know you don't like to name companies.
Yes.
And he said, I feel like slashing my throat. What do you tell that investor?
I think what such investors need to be told is, or need to be asked, and they need to ask themselves this: did you ask the right questions before you put your money there? Were you taken away by the hype? Today an investor has written a letter to me. I got it yesterday, in fact. It's addressed to somebody else. He says, I saw you guys saying everything was good about a particular issue till it listed below the issue price. And now I find you're saying everything wrong and talking it down. What happened to you guys? I think people need to look at whether genuine expertise resides in those that give advice, or is it agenda-driven advice?
Now, is it the advisors in this case are in the media?
I think the media has a very large role to play, and I'm afraid that that role is not being played to the best of its ability.
Let's elaborate on that.
You take the electronic media, for example, since we are on the electronic media at this point of time. There are people who make statements which are very clear indications of talking up or talking down stocks. And what do we have by way of investor protection? A disclosure which says, is this person having a position in that stock? Earlier we had statements like, not really, maybe, it's likely my clients have, nothing particular, things of that kind. We moved away from that. Today you get a broad spectrum. It is entirely possible that I have this. Is this disclosure? It is not. It is clearly not. I want to know before somebody gives me advice, are you giving me that advice because you're going to benefit?
No, but there's another question. It's one thing to say, I have it or I don't have it. I have a position in this stock or not. But I think a larger disclosure would be, am I going to have a position in this stock or not? Because once I know I'm talking it up, I could buy today.
Ideally, I would like a situation where at the beginning of the program, it might not be media friendly in terms of excitement. If somebody says, we are going to discuss these 5 stocks, and these 2 persons who are on your studio have these exposures, so that while he is talking, I can look at his face and take a judgment call on, is this guy...
So you think that today the disclosure question is too routine?
I think it's far too routine.
Naam ka vaste, as they say.
Absolutely. And people have been saying things like, we're running out of time, can you make the disclosure to us? Disclosure is completely taken to the right audience, not to a television anchor. It is to the investor who's going to put his money. Filing disclosures.
And you think many of these people have been driving up the market or driving down the market?
Well, let me put it bluntly. When we heard the term anchor investors first, anchor investors brings in a lot of money initially into a project. Around those reputation others invest. I'm beginning to believe at the end of a 3-year tenure that anchor investor is anchor and investor put together.
Well, I'm not sure journalists have that kind of money as to play the market one way or the other, but...
No, I am worried that those that are responsible, knowledgeable in the business of dissemination, because market is about disclosures, it's about dissemination.
Right.
And we can't go out and reach to 1 billion plus people. Hopefully 1 billion plus will one day be interested in the market. Who takes our message to us? If that message gets distorted,
what happens when 1 billion plus are affected by the market?
1 billion plus would certainly be affected, even if it is 2 or 3% that is in the market. Their actions affect those that are families around them. There is an economy that draws its lessons. It is a kind of mutually reinforcing